And now we meet on Ancient. Overpass was just a nail biter. We had a little fake comeback going. We had Badass Gaming drag it to 11 all, but they could not seal the deal. I'm fine, joined by Cole X and McHenry. We have to move to a third map here, and maybe this is where Party Astronauts can find a bit of a better groove and start locking down these series that we think they should have on paper. Giving themselves the edge out middle. Let's see it. Party Astronauts charging down, met with a full setup, and Badass Gaming just could not hit a headshot. 2 versus 5.
Blasted. Frankie, though, gonna strike back there for a nice kill.
Hold on, the bomb.
A little bit of life.
And walking up here, Snav with a chance, but the problem he's armorless. He doesn't really want to take these fights. He can't take the extended fight, that is. The body shots will get the better of him, but Frankie's putting in work. I mean, he's basically dealing with the entire team. He's basically 1v5. And there's another gush. Down to 70 hits. 70 HP, rather. Dealt to Ben Lee, and look at this.
He could go B.
Oh
the cheeky B play.
But hold on, they can hear these footsteps, and actually, all of a sudden, Badass Gaming, the hesitation kind of traps them in and locks them in. Frankie, though, still has an opportunity for more, and he gets it! There's a third kill from Frankie! PwnAlone is going to tuck in, back of the site. Snap, certainly not ready for it. Excellent positioning from PwnAlone to try and stop this rampage. And now Frankie needs an ace clutch to do it, but he has isolated fights. He has a low HP Ben Lee, courtesy of, well, himself, but PwnAlone will dispatch of the threat. What an effort from Frankie, but it is Party Astronaut's pistol.
Nice attempt right there. You gotta give him so much credit for pulling that one back into a winnable position, but they don't get the bomb plant even, which is a little bit unfortunate, considering the position that they put themselves in. We'll end up letting that one slip. We got the fast mid-smoke ready from PwnAlone. Nice little jump throw. We'll throw that deep in towards middle, follow it up with a bit of a shallow molly. Mid-control can be established with a little less resources nowadays, which is always nice for the CT side.
Yeah, I know. Having giant smokes is like a blessing and a curse. Yeah, there have been some good things in CS2, and I think the most well-received thing has been smoke physics. It's just good. And they've also slowly, they've also slowly gotten to work patching up Peeker's advantage as well. At least I've read it in the patch notes. I'm not 100% sure it's actually made any wild sweeping changes.
Yeah, I mean, slow but steady. Things are getting a little bit more stable. I mean, good news is we really haven't had a lot of massive lands just yet. Only one so far, so I think there's one tonight actually.
There is.
So we'll be back at it. We can see if there's any big changes. I'm super excited.
Now this is a massive problem. This is a backstab, a bomb plant, and once again, Badass Gaming are making these rounds complicated. Frankie is the man at the helm yet again, but unable to lock it down with the deagle, and the rest falls on the snav. He's gonna have to do something magical, and he won't. But still, just making these rounds complicated. There's a bomb plant in. For the side of Frankie. Now, those matches tonight, Cole. Oh, it's pretty interesting. Have you seen... Well, okay. Okay, what took over the internet today? Have you seen the Astralis pictures?
Yes. I have.
I literally thought it was AI-generated art when that showed up on my timeline. I'm like, haha, this is hilarious. Until I saw Device looking absolutely fly. I don't know. I'm not sure if that, like, image was hype or...
We'll see if they win.
We'll see if they win. I don't know. We'll see. Flying out aim 8. I mean, no respect. No respect. Running into the site. 0 smoke, 0 flashes. We're going to get it all in later once we get that opening kill. It's just completely a bulldozer here from Badass Gaming. They're there to run down the entire site. Nade finishes the kill as well, and I mean there's a tone being set by that kind of play on the first gun round.
Yeah, the bulldozer versus the boulder. And technology wins, baby. Did Chop walk in there to get something? And dip out? You like walked inside the smoke, he just dips very quickly.
Like,
I don't think he was
swaps a
interested.
gun.
Yeah, getting something active right there. Might catch himself in a bit of an awkward position. There's that information spotted. They can't really hunt too far near that bomb though. And he will be able to get his kill, get out of dodge safely.
Yeah, so he bounces out of there, but it's Badass Gaming who just set the tone right there. It turns out it's not just into your pugs. You can just all gas, no brakes into that A site, and it could just be a straight up read. Like, you could watch a demo and say, okay, first gun round, the one site anchor likes to tuck behind on the actual site box. So we can't get punished by someone up close. Let's just go full steam ahead off of what we've seen. And it works out. And they're just gonna do it again! This is unbelievable!
What isn't broke should not fix, and not switching anything up here. Like you said, this does assert a little bit of a tone in this one. And it's certainly going to set a little bit of conditioning here for the side of PA. At the start of this half, back-to-back rounds where you just say, I'm going to take this site and I'm going to take it without any resistance. It's both a wake-up call here for Party Astronauts that they need to start batting down the hatches in the side of the map. And I tell that, you know, A is going to be needs to be a little bit more resources invested into it, it feels like.
We're gonna see Party Astronauts back away, but maybe it will. Or, you know, it's just starting to get into the psychology element of it. Like, are they just gonna do this over and over again? I mean, I don't know. I'm not even sure as a CT side, like, how you react to that. You have to try and start a retake, but that just never feels good. I think it's all about that bomb plant denial if those kind of rounds do come through where you're kind of out of position, can't defend the site itself, but you can stop the objective. Someone does have to pull out a bomb that doesn't shoot anything and press E for 4 seconds on a site. So we'll see how Party Astronauts do deal with that. They start this round with 2A. And Badass Gamer kind of run a more stock standard round where we're taking cave control.
Gonna take themselves in some deeper angles here. To establish a foothold. Out of the gates, we got the Deagle, the fancy moves here. Kenny land the fancy shots. HE, lucky bounce there for Grizz. Doesn't take any damage to it. Not too much damage, rather. And
Okay.
Chop swings off the contact. We do have a nice entry. Takes a lot of damage for it, but there's Grizz with the rifle retrieved, and not the end of the world.
However, starting to close the distance. Smokes have been deployed, but good smoke spam. Shane goes down ultra low. No HE to punish, however. And so precariously, that bomb will get planted, but it still is a man advantage for Party Astronauts. Can they leverage that? Will they fly through a smoke and try to play the trade game? 3 players grouping up towards long. Swinging wide. There's the trades. They're coming through, and now the multi-kills as well. It's a 2v4 as the M4A1s are putting in work. Last man standing is Snap, but he gets 2. And PwnAlone crosses the site without a kick. Keep in mind, they have to defuse now. There's no time. There is no time. Or is there? Ben Lee picks up a kit, but no. He won't go for it.
Ooh.
Was there a chance? We can't get hung up on those kind of things. Badass will get the round, but maybe there was just a chance there for Ben Lee.
It might have been. I'm with you. You can't, deal too much with what ifs. It definitely felt like some world of opportunity. Instead, it's going to be a lost round there. That's just scraping by. What a clutch from Snav in the 1v4. Finds a big multi. Enough to buy enough time. Clock in that one and give him new life here. Got some fast cave smokes thrown in.
Oh
both
my.
sides.
Okay. And we're going again.
Ramp?
Hi there. Badass Gaming do not do this defaulting thing we talk about. We don't spread across the map. We don't work that map control. We just want sites, and they get them. And nade stack into cave, deep CT smoke to back it up, and the re-smoke. Just keep locking this defense out of there. You can see it's desperation. We're gonna blast through the smoke and try and make a play, but look at this. Snap, Frankie, open up and erase the retake. And this is gonna be 4-2 and more convincing fashion here from Badass Gaming.
Absolutely dismantled right there. This is a statement here on this team's side. Running it down at Party Astronauts. Large part of their overpass success there on that T side was that quick aggression. Rolling on into the action early. Establishing their foothold there. Finding those opening picks. And they're going to keep that same energy. As soon as they get guns in hand, man, they do not let off the gas.
I mean, this is a ferocious T-side playstyle that we're seeing right now from Badass. It just doesn't feel right, but it's working. And it's working just so convincingly. Grizz doesn't have a chance here. I mean, needed to hit the headshot. Couldn't punish there for walking up solo. What other chances are there for Party Astronauts to get back into this round? I suppose this bottom B ramp push, but could keep him at arm's length here, Dare, with the AK. And there's only one option, really, for these pistols. They gotta go for frags. They gotta take these fights. Bentley trying to do that, and he does get it. I mean, hey, headshot, 5-7, picks up an AK. Chop has the remaining two players running right towards him. I mean, there's a serious opportunity. There is a serious chance, but backstab there with Ben Leach. Chop, is he going to miss his opportunity is the question. He has to get this kill clean, and Consti just turned around, and it's kind of a moment where you're just like, well, I tried. 5-2 right now for Badass.
A lot of good options there. Timeout going to be called here on PA to start to figure out a way to stabilize right now. I think step one is just understanding how they shut down this fast aggression here. I mean, I feel like so many discussions around this map happen between resource management and how you're going to throw that utility down early, right? Where are you going to prioritize the manpower? And we've seen already out of the gates that you know, multiple players towards A has been early conditioned. We've seen the fast B plays come in these next gun runs. They are just spiraling these rounds one after another when it comes to the calls here, and it's probably very difficult to read if you're on the side of PA. You know, you never know what they're gonna throw at you next.
I was talking about there's a psychological element of just like, when you run out of your opponent, it's like, are they just gonna keep doing this? Like, at some point it has to stop, but when? It's just gonna be such an abrupt pace change for Party Astronauts to adapt to, and I think this is the kind of round where we might just get a little bit of it, or maybe not. We're just hitting the gas. PwnAlone gets a tag, but no kill. It doesn't slow down the actual play, but Chop has blinded T's in front of him. Eventually he'll get traded. PwnAlone, last defender here on this site, and now the molly forces him in for the fight. And no flashes remaining, but he lets go of the line. He'll be saved by Ben Lead, however. An excellent play to run through and save his squad. Party Astronauts will finally put up a wall.
And Lee had to rise to the occasion right there, man. Needed that success out of him. And able to deliver. Just barely closing that one out, but again, finishing the job there. Relief for now for PA. Off the back of that timeout, they're able to succeed. That has to feel like some comfort to be established now. Can they find even more out of the gates? So towards the middle, the answer is no, as the early pick goes their way. A lot of utility damage done. Try and level the playing field. And there's an equalizer from Grizz. That's big.
Big to find. What hasn't been found is PwnAlone's AWP. Badass are trying to find it out, but they haven't tested enough of the map just yet, and they're running out of flashbangs to try and contest that AWP. Late round situations, I think PwnAlone might be able to dominate here if it gets to that point. That's a great barrel spot there. PwnAlone rings out. Chop as well. And that is an excellent mid-round here from Party Astronauts. It's just a 2v4 that remains here for Badass. Just give it a whirl into the B side, I guess. Yeah, and with that opportunity gone, not sure what else to say.
Shade's got to find something here, but I think they calling it. They throw a molly in. Not too much interest in moving forward. That will be calling it quits here. Hiding in spawn. It's going to be another one for PA. Finding themselves on to 4. Off the back of this time out, now winning multiple rounds has to feel like such a relief. Whatever it was adjusted onto, working out well. Good proactivity coming through from them.
You know, it's just been on my mind all day, but that Astralis picture does kind of go hard. I will not lie. I could see that image being used just out of context in like tweet replies. I don't know. It's such a memeable image. It is just like it's such a non sequitur. Like it just doesn't. It shouldn't exist in this universe, but it does.
So where we're living in.
You got Borup playing the tunes. You got scholarly Buzz. And Blame F kind of just doing whatever. This is why pros love Media Day.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure that was one of their favorites. Shoots there, but oh, dare. Is going to just take care of Grizz. Grizz was just trying to spot. He's just trying to get a little bit of information there. Instead, he gets a wake-up call.
Yeah, gets bopped. Fortunate that spec isn't going down to that AWP either. But Chop up to no good on the edge of the smoke. Consi, flash high. Peek anticipated. Doesn't matter. Consi hits the shot. Fast on the draw. And Spec last defender with 28 HP. Yep. Best of luck, buddy. This is going to be tough. And he can't do it. This is going to be a walk-in here for Badass. Nades out as well for Ben Leap. PwnAlone to save Badass Gaming to get the plant. 2-round lead despite losing the pistol. And they might take away this op from PwnAlone. Frankie already on the scene. PwnAlone will nail the shot, but that is just the dinner bell ringing for the rest of the tees. 4 more to find. PwnAlone, and he will nail it. Like, he's hitting shots. But this round is Badass's. Just one more bullet here for PwnAlone. One more assailant, but he misses. And pistol won't do. He's out of ammo. He's out of HP. No AWP either. 6-4.
Is this another timeout called out on the side of PA immediately in the very next breath? I think this one actually might be a tech. I see the one disconnected. So actually, not as aggressive on the timeout calling. Although what I loved so much is that when PA did call that timeout, they started winning rounds after. We're right back to Badass winning more rounds, getting very aggressive, landing some nice shots. I mean, Dare right there, who's been playing just nasty on the rifle. We question out of the gates the decisions of the AWP presence kind of being aloof there and constantly taking over. But nothing but impressed with the rifling out of this man.
Yeah.
Transitioning roles and looking comfortable.
I mean, Consti stylistically is just more passive than Dare was. He's not necessarily the opening kill machine that Dare's doing. We're looking just for like mid-round picks, like small little setups. Dare was just on carry mode for this team, but he's doing it with rifles. And you're seeing the fashion that he's doing it in as well. It is nothing short of just impressive. Shots that he's landing.
Yeah, no question. Russian with the AK in hand here has been delivering so much ground for side of Badass, but they're gonna call another timeout here. This time on the side of Badass. They're looking to keep things rolling, keep that success going.
Icing both teams out, I suppose. Like, again, I think just the rush. It is so wild that it just kind of wields the psychological sword for badasses. Will you keep doing it? Will you not? You know, it's so easy to create an abrupt pace change when you just call these non-stop fast rounds. Now we're flying out middle. This is the move here for Badass, but it doesn't work out. There's a setup in place for Party Astronauts. PA will walk away with an advantage, but that can dissipate quickly. Look, two backs turn. Snav, is he going to walk through? It is being here by Chop, but both players are not prepared. It's a spray down for Snav, 2 headshots, and the bomb is just going to waltz into the A side. He's thinking twice about it. Party Astronauts still have a chance here, especially as they could cut off Snav from that B site, and they will. Bomb dropped on the floor, and chance is given. Smoke deployed. Flashbang maybe next.
Just 1 HE. Could land him all the kills necessary. Grizz is down low. The bomb is recovered. They're gonna burn it in towards that A side of the map here. Flank comes through a little bit too late there for the likes of Grizz, but PwnAlone is just on time.
Oh,
runs
he got
through the
spotted.
smoke. He's lost in the sauce.
Oh my
what a team
goodness!
kill.
Oh, that's
Oh, not what
horrible.
they meant.
That's horrible. Grizz is going to start the flank from Donut as well. There's no room to maneuver here for Consti. I mean, he's going to play inside the smoke, and PwnAlone knows. PwnAlone knows, but he's running out of ammo. Consti was thinking about walking through, but now he's getting flanked as well by Grizz, who will hit him in the back of the head. And somehow, Party Astronauts come back from that spray down from Snav.
Unbelievable. What a relief right there. Going to lock that one in. Despite a lot of those odds not favoring them. It will be Badass. Letting that one slip. A little bit frustrating there. Get an awkward team kill in the mix. Not exactly ideal, but shake that one off here. Looking for one more. The mid setup works out so well for PA. That adjustment that I had mentioned here, the constant mental warfare that these rosters are playing against each other here. Party Astronauts starting to get a good read on the situation.
Unfortunately, this final round, Party Astronauts never got to experience Badass when they're completely out of the tank. And yeah, knife out shows how prepared Grizz was for that fight. And oh boy, it's just back to the same old, same old. Headshots everywhere here for Badass across the map. Caught off guard here, Party Astronauts. I mean, Spec is just right. Yeah, I mean, hide in that corner and until death comes a knocking, and there's Snav. TV5, PwnAlone probably just toss his hat in the ring and hope he will be garnered with one. There's another, but we have a player in CT spawn. Surely this is the end of the road, right? There's one freebie for Frankie, and there's another with the first bullet out the gun. 7-5 half here for Badass Gaming. They leverage psychology versus Party Astronauts. They're up by 2. And we're climbing back aboard. 7-5 here for Badass Gaming as they just run it. They just absolutely ran it down. We said rush A, rush B, rush A, rush B. Rush mid a couple times. It didn't work. And they have just a 2-round lead, even after losing the pistol and the conversion. I'm fine dropping Cole extra McHenry. We'll see if Party Astronauts can dig themselves out of the hole. They're tossing in a big-time B play at the moment. And it's Dare who's going to mow down 2. Snav unable to find anything. However, and Tracy go back and forth to make it a 3v3.
I'm just trying to pepper in some spam here through the smoke. No connections just yet here. Waiting out those smokes for the retake, getting ready to kick it into gear. They gotta find the kills quickly, though.
We'll see a smoke go down into cave. We have PwnAlone back at the site. Takes first contact, and he hands out a headshot as his first point of call. Multiple kills falling the way of Party Astronauts. Looking for both pistols here, but without a kit here, Shane just simply does not have time for this. Or the head. Dooley's doing work for both teams, I guess. Party Astronauts, both pistols.
Just gotta help out big time here. And their effort to lock this one in. Closing out on both pistols. Going to build them up a foundation to quickly tie this scoreline on up. We know the history. We know that neither one of these teams has taken some big risks when these purchases have come through, so. As you can see, that will remain true.
Ooh, okay. You know what hasn't disappointed me in CS2? Nade damage. And Ethan, I guess. Surprise! It's absolutely terrifying. Absolutely. There does. Hammer a nice deagle shot in, but I think that's about all that should be said in this one. I say that as it got a little bit weird with that spray, but nade. We haven't had like those moments where the nade is like, oh my gosh, it's gonna deal so much damage, and it's like 30. Nah, nades in CS2 absolutely hit.
Did you shred? It's good to see.
Pretty sure they buffed it, or like I think I've talked to you about this, but they don't really like. They didn't buff the damage, but they did. They did buff the overall range. That the nades deal damage or something like that. Like, I don't know. I'm just theorizing and making things up.
Just cooking.
I'm just saying whatever. I'm
I
here.
respect that,
I'm the
honestly,
I'm the commentator. I say whatever.
You gotta take your word for it.
Yeah, I have some form of authority. Probably because I watch a lot of Counter-Strike, but we'll see. Constate walking forward, gets wrecked by the MAC-10 of Spec, and Frankie's also low. This positioning from Spec could actually mean the round here. They're just going to walk out, back turn to A main, and this whole round goes awry. Unless Frankie could do something on such a little HP, he's going to drop a smoke and try and pray, but the nades heat-seeking. Shane, though, is already on the chase. Could save this one, as Chop prays to get the plant, and he does. He moves out behind the smoke, though, and he won't escape snav. Badass Gaming pick up the first gun round.
See, done. Absolutely massive to close out the first gun round. A little bit awkward there towards the tail end. Chop going to be very happy that he's able to lock that bomb planned in for an extra $800. That's big money moves, but other side of things here, I was gonna say, you know, do you want to keep the pressure on? I think the answer is yes. The money is very low. You win this, you're gonna establish even more ground here. Could find yourself 2 for the price of 1 in terms of rounds. And so the pressure will be applied. They'll continue to roll on up. We got a Tech 9 for PwnAlone and Galil for Ben Leet. So those younger players there. Chop, Grizz, and Spec all wielding the AK.
Be a huge turning point of a round. Dare almost. I mean, it could have been a lineup there. Grizz is fortunate to be alive in the first place. It's going to be Snav who will take that liberty away. Wallbang headshot. Try that for yourself in your pugs.
That's a statement right there. I like this little double up. They got themselves a boost on top of this off angle. Can be a little bit committed, but as long as they keep on recycling that smoke towards cave entrance there, they should be good. They have one more smoke in Consti's hand over towards that B side of the map. Actually, towards A as well. So now they have to tuck in towards cave. There's a 1-for-1. Can't afford to go down. It's just Snav. He wins that crucial kill. Absolutely necessary. That's going to set him up in the 4v2.
Yeah, Dare just needs to do cleanup here. Gets so much damage locked in as well. Like that damage just reduces the chance of this clutch. Plummets it. The kill also adds to that. And Ben Leet now in a 1v4. But now I dare say that, Cole. You had a gap to run through cave to middle for just a moment. But that is quickly dissipated. He now has to fight his way out of this one, and he won't. Snav, excellent round. 4 kills for him, holding down cave, and the entire B site with it.
And leading the charge here, he's got 18 kills to 10 deaths. He's playing one hell of a game so far to try and put them across the line. Fantastic effort. I mean, that double up, that huge risk. You need to go 2 for 1 there. at a minimum in that position. You have to land the trades. You have to win out on those duels. And when Snav finds that second kill and pushes forward, stays alive for later frags in the round. So much work being put in. Full Glock eco. 2 flashes to facilitate this mid-aggression.
Yeah, they're gonna creep out there. On the line. 1. Too many targets on his screen, but a 2 for 1 should just be enough for Frankie. Oh, well, when he commits to the angle like that, it gets a bit risky. Nade down, though, will soften up his target. There's another 2 for 1. Shot. Okay, well, he puts in work. He gets a double with the scooped up A1. But 10 rounds to 7.
It's a lot of economic damage right there. Definitely be happy about that towards the tail end. That's 5 Glocks and I believe 2 flashes invested into that round. And then they walk away with 3 kills. Don't get the bomb plant, not quite, but hey. Not the end of the world. Fantastic attempt there. Although, you're looking at this. Badass Gaming, while they lose a lot of money, they are gaining rounds here. They're gaining traction. Dare's going to gain an opener as well. Mid control taken away from them in the early stages. That's Specs sent into the Wolves there and sent out early.
Yeah, I mean, 6 and 17 just has not had a chance to frag. We've seen his potential, but not materializing. Grizz, though, is taking in. Double entry with the Galil, but a full wallbang kill comes through from Snap. He's still alive, still really locking down these sites. And with that bomb not yet planted, there's still a chance here for Badass to come back into this round. The timer has not been set on it just yet, but the kills might. Consti goes down to 6. Snap desperately looking for wallbang shots. He hears the footsteps. He gets another! This guy has infrared vision right now.
And Grizz doesn't want to plant. He's got 20 HP. He's chewing through the others. Finally some relief, but that smoke has since faded. Grizz and PwnAlone trying to work in tandem right now. Snav not making a move out just yet. It might be more on Pwn as he takes this long range angle. He's going to take all of CT spawn control.
And a smoke. It's just absolutely devastating. Leaping through Snap. He does convert the kill. I mean, it's a chance for Konzi. It is just a chance, though. The AWP is going to be able to creep out. He does get the angle. He does get access to the bomb. Here we go. Defuse starting up. And Pwn. Oh, there was just that moment. It was just that moment. A tag landed as well, but he won't escape. Efforts given there by Konsti. Chances given by Pwn. And it's Party Astronauts who will just squeak away with an 8th.
Well, they just need that round right there, right? That's what they need. Break the economy of Badass. Shatter it, in fact, and even though everyone in the server will fall, it's going to be Badass move forward with a force buy, in fact. Finally making some risky economic decisions. Shane, I'd like to see him turn around and go and purchase. You do see him actually walk back, and it doesn't go as deep as the others in this investment. They're in that double eco territory, and I guess Shane probably wants to just keep the economy nice and healthy. Maybe prioritize an op, which, if that's the case, really respect that effort.
Frank gotta be the sight holder, and oh my goodness, he just first bullet out this eagle is a headshot onto Grizz. The entry frag down, and the pressure's on. How are you gonna get this planted? Pistols surrounding the site. That at least is secured. I mean, that is a bit of a breath of fresh air here for Party Astronauts. They have the positioning to hold down this bomb. Can they hold off the players?
They're all going to rotate in through CT, though, flooding into the action. Finally, a trade comes through, but is it too late? As they have themselves now only a one-man advantage.
Chop, flanking, starting this one up. He could be the linchpin here. He's just playing with his teammates right now, but the Galil at long range is not the weapon for the job. Unfortunately, Frankie can't get anything done either. So just barely defending against the force buy in this game gets ever closer.
It's got to be all tied up here. We're going to see 10 all. Almost no question about it. Comeback effort, the fight in return. Rolling on out here. We've got full USP eco. Again, Shane gonna save some extra cash. PA gonna have themselves a chance to coast here. To a 10th. Alright, 10 gonna go in first, lead the pack. Flash to back him up. I like that little extra due diligence right there, and it's gonna work out wonderfully.
Oh, it looks just clinical there from Ben Lee. 1 and a 2, $1,200, and this full eco round is gonna go down as one to be forgotten. So we're looking to go 10 all again. All of our games, all the maps in this series have had both teams at double digits. Each game exceptionally close. And that won't change here. Frankie gonna give it his best. I mean, heating up towards these last couple is exactly what you need for this all-important gun round. Whoever takes the lead at this stage of the game could just have a huge advantage on their front. That puts them 2 away from series. It just puts on the pressure. PA handle it. This is an adjustment. This is a change. Constance's gonna get posted up with the AWP. Oh, in the shadow, Bentley's gonna crouch underneath the light so he doesn't show his shadow. Write that one down, kids.
Sneaky. Get in the face. I mean, do this off from Consti. Has armor, but it is glass cannon. If that MAC-10 jumps around that corner, he will likely be walking away very sour in that occasion. He's able to adjust his scope over towards Donut, but he's smoked off right now. They're gonna phase the smoke.
This is a horrible position for the AWP. You're faced off against 2 opponents. He'll be patient on his first shot though, but can't prepare himself for the second as Spec deletes 2. He breaks the silence. Man, it was 8 and 19 and absolutely disassembles the A site. But this round is not over. It's a 3 versus 3. And again, another challenge here on Asian. We got to get that bomb planted somehow. And they're going to try and deny an excellent flashbang forward, but somehow no kills as a result. Snav has to clutch it up. And 1v2 charges for it and gets dismissed by Spec, who hands a 4K. Party Astronauts establish the lead.
Wow, what a time to come alive here for Spec. Lighting up the server there. Those entries were so sick too. Back of Donut will find the trade. Finds one more on the inbound on that A side. Like you said, that op positioning, it might have been good if it was able to be in tandem with the rifle, but once they kind of isolate themselves, it becomes an easy trade potential. What a round to win here. We're talking about breaking a tie and giving PA a chance to close the series out right now.
And okay, Frankie's gonna absolutely, he's hitting Deagle headshot, But Snav couldn't convert on the MP9, back turn, dared, no chance against Chop. Party Astronauts are gonna hit series point first, and Badass are gonna have to play from behind. Gonna need to win the next 2 in a row to keep it alive. We were looking at a massive upset. We were seeing so much out of these players, but unable to tie it together towards the end. Will that be what we're saying after this one? So we are off.
It's been a tough road here for Badass, especially if it ends here.
Shadow.
Well, there's a shadow. You can see it steadies the crosshair for Const. It gives him a little bit of a wake-up call. You saw the shift in the shakes as he sees that there's someone right around that corner.
Look what it does. It draws 3 players over the A site. The entire rest of the map is so brittle. It is helped out by the fact that Consti does take down Bentley, who was trying to sell the fake. And now maybe it dawns on Badass. We need to be in position. They're already up B ramp. A quick trade, 1-for-1, gets them in. But Frankie's putting in work in middle. A play has to be made, and it is Chop trying to get in on the smoke. PwnAlone put in the plant, but gonna let this one get established. PwnAlone, and this op has to work. Him and Chop together, but Chop now down. Badass are looking to get an extend lease of life as Consti will nail in the shot, and we're going all 30, well, all 30, all 24 in regulation. Gets me every time.
You no longer can say the dirty
I no
30
longer
rounds.
can say that. It's so ingrained in my mind after years of commentary. But here we go.
You just say all the rounds, all the
Yeah,
maps.
because all 24, like that's,
Yeah.
ew. That's like 4 or 5 syllables. What the heck?
And you know what's better than 24?
30. I don't know.
25.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'm not sure if that's, I mean, you're right. It's a bigger number. 24 is greater than 25. Or did I actually just say that? You know what? Let's ignore that. Final round of regulation going down here.
Here we go. Big impact right now needs to be found. And Snav, man, he has been putting in one hell of an effort. He's going to start it off with an opening. He's close to another. Chop has to dance between these bullets. It's 27 kills for this man. And to take this away without an overtime, it would be robbery for a player who's worked so hard to get to this point.
We see a little mid exec from Party Astronauts. You can see Dare feeling the pressure, feeling the heat inside the cubby, trying to hold on to these advantages, trying to get any sort of value. A Snav also takes a beating through the smoke, and maybe this round swings back in the favor of Party Astronauts, as we're sitting 4v4 an HP advantage with the T side.
Would have pulled that one into their favor. How did so quickly turn around that mid HE right there? Gives them vision on the player in the cubby tucked on in. B is very weak right now. It's just going to be reinforced with constant, but it's just going to be reinforced a little late on the scene here.
Snav, hold on, is developing on the flank. The plant's going to go through here for Bentley, but Chop is just none the wiser right now. He's dead. 3v4 to fight for OT or a series win. Let's see it here from Party Astronauts. Spec.
Oh, he did it again.
Oh my goodness, Snav just keeps wallbanging people from outside a cave, but the backstab here from Spec. First kill's good, follows up with his teammates here. It's Grizz now in the 1v2. Consti might have him locked in though and running out of ammunition. It doesn't matter. He hammers the headshot. Frankie on 1 point of health versus Grizz here. But Frankie's going to convert it.
God.
1 HP clutch for overtime. We're going extra rounds.
Oh my god, dude, no way. Frankie just pulls it across the line. The op doesn't connect. And I thought that was it. Frankie on 1 HP. But he catches him trying to panic to take that kill to try and stop the diffuser, and extra innings. Oh my god, what a finish.
And there's no time to even relax. We're right into it. 12.5k OT. First to 30 now. See, Cole, it was a bit of foreshadowing, may I say.
Wow.
As we're climbing aboard.
Could still come through. We just need that 14-14 scoreline. Look at this early damage coming through. Frankie gonna capitalize off of it. Finished off strong. Gotta start it off early, but he's equalized. He's traded so quick. Snap all he has to do is click mouse 1. He doesn't need to see his opposition.
Dude.
He is just plucking them apart. Everything's working for this man.
I mean, he's had like 6, 7.
It has to be 6 or 7 wall bangs.
Yeah, it is absolutely mind-boggling. But it might not save this round just yet. They cross over to the site. Ben Leet walking in late though, when Snap is so prepared. Doesn't matter. He gets destroyed by Ben Leet. It doesn't matter as well because Shane answers one back. 2 versus 3. PwnAlone needs to get himself some space to reposition. The op does not feel great on this angle. But, well, he's going to have to work with it no matter what. Ben Leet Bentley also gets himself into position, trying to lock down this site. Smoke providing cover. PwnAlone, can he nail any more shots together? It's not looking good as Bentley, now 10 HP. Dare's gonna get it in. First round of OT to Badass.
Okay, I know we're getting a little bit wild here with the game plan. So there was a Molotov in play. I could have been tossed on the bomb right there. Probably would have meant everyone was dying. But it could have bought enough time. Those post plants are just so incredibly uncomfortable. And that is going to be Badass grabbing the first round here in overtime, giving themselves the edge early. What's so good right there is that snav again finding that impact. These post plants, these clutches continue to go their way. Somehow they're managing to pull it across the finish line consistently without fail.
And it's just been snav, like the amount of work that he's been doing. It's another wallbang kill that round, and sure, Bentley had to hit an insane shot, or else that would have just been one-way traffic for the CT side. I mean, what I'm kind of noticing is there's just a little bit of jitters here from individuals on Party Astronauts. I mean, PwnAlone, sure, he's 22 and 13, but in those situations, you got to be systematic with the shots. Everything's got to connect.
Yeah, I mean, it's been all day in these clutch situations that I wouldn't say is like super easy to win, but for PwnAlone, I feel
Obviously.
like he's so incredible in those positions, especially like in Go. We remember so many PwnAlone clutches where he has to dance between these tight angles, land these flashy flicks. That's where his teammates kind of like him in those sort of positions where he can just deliver in those late rounds, win a post plant, to close out a post plant. And there's been multiple times in this best of 3 where he's been in that position. It's a classic turning point round, and he's just missed a couple key ones.
You know, he's in the dream position as an offer. That's exactly where you want to be. That's like where highlights are made. You start getting in the zone a little bit, but you know, obviously it's only been a month with a new game after opping for the last 7 years. Let's see what Party Astronauts have in store, because he might get another one of these post plants. However, it is PwnAlone with the bomb, so that's going to take a while to get into the site. Positions maybe get a little claustrophobic. It's a bit crowded now on the B site. Badass Gaming are sure as hell going to give this one a go.
5v5 post plant. Spec. Oh, clear. Frankie just swings for the fences right there. Spec heard all of that. Didn't matter at all. Snap gonna hard clear Grizz as well. Somehow this is falling apart in the post plant here. Completely falling apart. As Consti and Frankie both drop. It's just Shop here to try and blow the smoke open. Bomb already being defused. Dare has coverage. And Badass make that look way too easy.
Wow. That just... There was no contest on the site. Badass, the smokes fade, and everyone just gets erased. I mean, Snav somehow wins his duel. Frankie casually checks the flank, and if I was Spec, I'd just be like, okay, dude. Yeah, do that again. Like, I would just be frustrated here if I'm Party Astronauts, the way these rounds are going. There's just no contest. In these last 4 rounds, from regulation into OT, Badass have not missed a beat.
Going incredibly well. I thought that 5v5 retake was an ambitious strategy. It turns out working wonderfully for him. Look at this mid-execute spotted by Dare. Blowing open that smoke, though. He just dove into the open arms of Grizz and Spec right there. It's a free pick to answer. Find an opening. They needed. A 5v5 post plant wasn't enough, so find yourself an opening pick here. You'll find yourself into that B bomb site. You'll get yourself a 4v5 post plant.
This one's looking a lot less likely, as Badass are pretty out of position. Only now are they beginning to clear middle. And this should at least shuffle a rotate over. Like, Consi will get into position. Now, actually, some questions start to get raised. Yes, there are still smokes. I thought maybe we're missing a smoke on this XP. Maybe things get weird. Maybe we are. Nade to the smoke. Can Consi get anything done with it? No. Party Astronauts should have a safe cross.
Again, they're one up their result in the last round. We'll see if it's enough here. This time, they got full belt of utility on Frankie being dispensed now.
Where's the Molly gonna go is the question. Nade, back of sight, Molly, smoke as well, going in towards Cave. I mean, it's good. It's a good util set. There's multiple kills going the way of Badass Game. Not again, surely not. That is exactly what it is, because Shot will find a double from Cave to lock it in. So at least one for Party Astronauts. We're heading to the side swap. Badass Gaming still in the hunt for the series win. They need 2.
It's a huge lease on life there for PA. Gives them a chance to at least close things out. Their CT side was a little bit struggling, though. We're right back to those flashy plays, those aggressive maneuvers here from Badass. We'll see if they keep that up here. There's not too much pressure on them just now, heading into this first round of overtime. We got the double op, though. Binley is rocking the secondary. Alrighty. Not something you get to see every day, but, I mean, I guess just anything you can utilize to help out. Especially on that A side, it can actually be super useful, so it's hard to miss when there's such a tight choke point.
Yeah, I mean, I always call it just the momentum cannon, because sometimes D side's a bit lazy with the take, and you just walk into the secondary op and without preparing. You know, you're playing around the 1 AWP. Ben Leeds just looking to press mouse 1. Spec playing a dangerous game. We'll be able to slink away, though. As okay.
This feels
What's
like
going on
play
here?
They're pushing the extremities of A and B right now, so they're looking to get a little bit of a crunch on in. And again, with all of the information in the world as to where these plays are. If you're push deep B, you're push deep A, you know it's got to be mid here. So steady aim for Binley towards this donut position.
Jump across. Fires the shot, though. Lets him know that that op is present. But Shane, he's going to win the fight. Ah, you got to be kidding me. Ben Lee goes down next as well, and nothing can go wrong for Badass, except for PwnAlone. He just found 2. He snipes Shane out of the sky. It's a 3 versus 3. He's keeping his team in this one. Anything more from Pwn. The around the world flank is going to meet here on towards the site. And Chop will deliver on 1. And PwnAlone with the 3rd kill of the round. It's just the savior here. Can Consti stop the defuse? The answer is probably no, as PwnAlone flying 5-7. That's more like it. A 4K sight hold for PwnAlone. 14 all. And yes, folks, we're going all 30.
Here we are. You finally made it. You knew in advance. That's why you said it.
Of course.
And we are going to see that 30th round at the very least. What I love so much is we just called upon him, PwnAlone. We said in those late rounds, those post-plant situations, he's been very clunky and trying to lock in kills that we just know him so well to guarantee. Well, here it's not a post-plant, but it's a CT side retake where he has to find some very nice shots and will now level the playing field here. Gets him on to 14. Make sure that Badass doesn't claim themselves at 15, because the way that round was looking with Shane and Dare both finding opening picks in a 5v3, pulling that one back was of the utmost importance there, and Pwn was able to deliver.
I mean, it was looking like at the start of that round, nothing could go wrong. Spec playing just a massive offing. Ooh, but what a combo! Ball bangs plus the Motley almost just takes him down 100-0. That would have been catastrophic.
A little tag slow him down from running away. Makes it very, very deadly. So a huge HP advantage early. PwnAlone has deep vision down on this B side. Badass going for a bit of a slower approach, but you know, the approach is going to end towards that A side. Chop's going to go for an info play right now, getting aggressive on the ramp just in time for Shane to peek into him, though.
Oh, and PwnAlone can't hit the shot. Instead, he gets dinked up. PwnAlone at risk of getting naded down. He almost falls to it, and then Shane just simply clears the corner. The 10 HP Grizz falls. 3 versus 5. Surely. No chance here, right? Shane will burn, but host plan established.
Shane's been a bit quiet here, but stepping up big time late into the game. Cone gonna have a tough time making it in. He's just looking to cover that back of default position, hoping for a jiggle. They're watching the smoke first. They're way too diligent to give this one up. And Pwn will be taken care of by the op of Consti, his counterpart. Going to sideline him. And Badass going to give themselves a chance to close things out. Another opportunity to finish the job here in the third map.
Yep. Series point. To pull off quite the upset. I mean, Party Astronauts, a top 50 team in the world. A top team here in North America. And honestly, like, rated pretty highly amongst other teams. But perhaps there are some usurpers here in the new game as Consti charges forward with the off. Dare, he's gonna keep going. Not gonna clear this corner though. Chop. We'll pick that one up and there's no trade. Not yet. I think the answer is there won't be. 4 on 4.
We got that secondary back in the hands of Binley. Primary and Pwn is gonna cut him off. They peek before the smoke blooms. A little bit of a blunder there. Binley gonna compound it. Frankie falls. Now it's just going to be Consti and Shane to stand up against the resistance here, but no luck. We're going again here. As Party Astronauts just will not give in.
We're going double. We're going deep into the night. We're moving the goalpost now to 19. As Badass had a chance. But the double op disassembly crew from Party Astronauts putting in work. So we start once again at square one. In some rounds that, honestly, Badass felt like they were in the driver's seat. They've been getting the openers. They've been having all the advantages. They haven't been closing. Can they do that here again as 2 players run through the smoke, but somehow they get 2 kills? Make it 3! Party Astronauts all of a sudden have this divinity about them.
Yeah, once that pressure's released here, kick it into overdrive. Consti gonna walk through the smoke. That should be the end of him. No, he's just gonna walk around that smoke. Again, Grizz playing so effectively spec the same. Had a bit of a tough regulation, but in overtime it's been delivering here.
He was single digits in regulation. It was pretty brutal. How he found his way. I mean, I just don't know how the 2 players running through a smoke with their back turned to the player in Cubby don't both go down immediately and instead get 4 kills combined in middle. It's getting scrappy, I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah, I mean, this deep into a series here, we had a lot of those both maps so far go very close. That's a well tossed AG right there, right on the money. Put Spec on notice. Look at the spam damage. They line up for Grizz. He does damage to 1, finds the kill, and the snav a taste of his own medicine. They're done even worse here now. HP even lower. Problem's going to continue here. They've got themselves a man deficit, and they don't have any space to work with as well. Just now establishing a little bit of a foothold on towards middle.
Oh, but and they will clear the corner. Shane is gonna equalize it. PwnAlone, I mean, needs to have a Pwn moment. Could do it, but the flashbang is excellent. He's gonna take out the 5-7 and try and do the trick. And it might work out. First kill's good. Oh, hi there, there's another! PwnAlone switches to the op and gets a 3rd! It's complete lockdown here from Josh! And it's 15 to 17, 2 rounds to PA!
Okay, that is exactly what we were hoping for. We're getting into the late stages, multiple overtimes at this point. 3rd map. Pwn is not giving in. Stepping up, rising to the occasion, looking to pull Party Astronauts across the finish line.
Oh my goodness.
What an incredible sequence there. Whipping out the 5-7 has saved them in multiple positions where I feel like Badass could have closed this series. PwnAlone will not let them.
As soon as we were saying he's having the jitters, he's unable to close these rounds out.
It's a Pwn we know, it's a Pwn we'd love to see as well. Bring them a chance to sweep. Look at the damage.
That's my 30-year-old talent.
He's in the right spot for success as they turn that corner. Shane's just begging for a re-aggression here. For an opening pick to go their way. It's just not going to be the case right now. No need. 50 seconds left. Still a lot of time to cook this round. The re-aggression will come in the form of the ramp side.
Oh, Snap delivers on that front, and the wheels come off again. PwnAlone's in charge. Can you make 2 of these happen? Do they want to test him? Like, there's so much hesitation here for Badass. Now it might not just be PwnAlone who could win the round. There's this timer at the top that could serve as a 6th man. Here's Ben Leet. His turn to ring out. There's one. But he's struggling to connect the dots. There's another. Ben Leet just gets himself 3 inside of Donut. What's happening? It's a bounce house inside of Donut, as it's going to be Party Astronauts with a flawless CT side. It's Ben Leet who picks up the sticks and puts it to work. Flawless. 18 to 15.
What did he just do? What did he just do? Inside of Donut gets away with 3. Just robs that round away. Again, another 2v5. You would have thought it was PwnAlone taking that away from them, but no, it's been late with the Opland and no scopes finding those duels. And dropping, breaking the spirit of Badass. They've now given themselves 3 chances to finish the job here in this second overtime. And in the fashion in which they did so, I feel like it's got to just break the hearts here, Badass. It has to be demoralizing the way that they've lost to these couple rounds, and just like you said, the momentum cannon just can't escape the AWP no matter where you go.
There it is, PwnAlone. Pick it up where we left off. Already starting this one with a tag on a Consi. He goes down to 3 as a result of the nade. And Snav now eating more wall bangs. Yeah, taste your own medicine. He got 8 of those in regulation. Now he's feeling the brunt of it. But there's a frag back. Dare pushes down the ramp. Are they going to keep going? Turning their back to Dare. Shane as well follows up. That's 3 consecutive kills from 1 push. Now Frankie, off angle though, doesn't work out. That's an open A site. This round, there is no certainties in it. It's a 2v3.
It's a 2v3. HP low for Consti. Shane, similar situation here. So there are some serious concerns right now. They're boosting up. They got to get ready for this aggression.
The nade is perfect though. It'll start by taking down Consti, and they have no idea where Ben Leet is. For all they know, he could be anywhere. Reveal his position. Well, now he does, and he takes Dare with him. Nade to the smoke. Shane takes damage. It's a game of cat and mouse, and Shane's gonna win it. Holding on for Badass Gaming. We got a couple more rounds in us.
Oh, we play on right now. Shane saving his team the worries right there in the late round. Absolutely heroic. Needed to close that round out. That HE, a sacrifice of a life for a kill right there in swinging forward. And it's going to be, again, opportunities now. 2 more chances to close this thing out. Badass. It was demoralizing. They had their spirits broken multiple times in that first half of the second OT. But they recover. They start to get up. In the second tier. They got a double up of their own as well.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about it. Frankie has picked up the secondary in the past, but How do you think it's Dare? Can't fault his rifling, so. Great control to be established here for Party Astronauts. Much slower round, much less chaotic. PwnAlone, though, taking a peek up top. It's perfect. Opening kill to Party Astronauts. And look at this. This is a desperation play from snav.
Oh,
36
yeah.
kills, and he's facing down 3 players. There is no surviving this. He gets one. He gets a second. He was facing down the whole team, and he defies the odds. Can Shane do the same? He does. He flicks as the smoke blooms. Chop falls. Man advantage. Badass.
That's unbelievable here, but attack answered back. Able to find it here, Pwn in another late round situation. We said you need to step up. You need to rise to the occasion here in these post plants, and finally starting to lock in these late kills here. That's the sort of stuff Pwn can close out this game with.
Grizz gets away as well. Players get to position themselves in towards ramp. The headshot angle so difficult to deal with. They get access to the site. PwnAlone, though, misses a shot. Defuse going down, though. Defuse going down. And it's going to end the game. Grizz through the smoke. 19-16. An absolute banger of an ESL Challenger League night.
What a game right there. What a way to close things out. Party Astronauts were faced up against multiple opportunities right there for Badass to close things, but they did not give up. They were able to...